Hello everyone and welcome to Manor. This is the first part of a long and prosperous playthrough, I hope. And we're just going to jump straight in. As you can see by our portrait and name, we're going to play this old chap with what looks like a scar on his face. Very cool guy, called Jasper. I'll come on to the name in a second. The crest, I didn't take too long. It just looks pretty cool. I'm quite happy with it. So we're going to carry on. We are going to be playing on the Restoring the Peace mode. We're just going to keep it as default, but I'm going to up the random bandit spawn limit to 5. You can only have it at 0, 3 or 5. Default is at 3, so we're going to up it to 5 as a little extra challenge. I'm sure that I'll regret that very shortly, because I have only played about an hour or so of the game. Haven't got far into it at all, but I thought I'd like to do a playthrough on it for YouTube, so I thought I'll stop. And then let's get underway. And for the name as well, quick side note for Jasper, purely because I've actually been getting involved into War of the Roses stuff and the models, and just because of Jasper Tudor. That's literally the first name that came to my mind. So that is why we are called Jasper. Right, our homeless people's tent. We've got, obviously you start with 5 families, as I'm sure most people are aware now with this game. It had something like over 3 million wish lists on Steam, which is just absolutely crazy for this game, especially because it's been developed by one guy. It truly is remarkable. The game is fantastic. I've only experienced a little bit, and obviously it is early access as well. There's still things in development, as we can see. Actually, just quickly, if you jump in here, I think in the policies, yeah, you can see a lot of stuff is still work in progress. I think only these 2 policies work, but so as you can see, there's still a lot of stuff to be done, but as a whole the game is phenomenal already. So we have a new message. Victory condition dominance. Build up your town, your manor, and when ready, press claims towards regions owned by your opponents. Once a claim has been pressed, be ready for battle. I'll unite these lands under my rule. Very nice artwork as well. So let's get underway. We've got a hitching post. Like I say, we've got 5 families. Where are all our people? Oh, they're over here. There's a couple there. There's a couple here. I'll just say we have 5. I'm assuming these are a family, these are a family, these are a family. I don't know where they're... Oh, there they are. Right, okay. They're all just dispersed in the woods for some reason. So obviously the biggest issue we have right now is homelessness. Oh, that's quite cool actually. It highlights who's homeless. So we need to get them up, but the first thing we need to do is build a logging camp, so we get some more timber. However, we should probably look at the resources we have. So this is our starting point here, and I believe this is what they call the King's Road, which is the road that's already been built basically. So that's where traders and things will come through. Let's stop there as well actually. So we've got a rich deposit of clay. So that'd be interesting to see. I haven't used clay or anything yet. Like I said, I really didn't get far in the hour I played. So we've got a berry deposit which is going to grow. We've got an iron deposit, but we do have a rich deposit of wild animals as well, which is good. I think in the one I played, it only had like a max of 10 animals, so that was quite low in terms of meat production. But looks like we can get 40 there, which is pretty good. And then we've also got stone as well. I think you get all of them in every region, do you? Yeah, it just depends on which ones are classed as rich deposits. Although looking at this... Oh no, it does differ, yeah. And there should also be a bandit camp here. So this is the bandit camp as well. It's got a unit of brigands knocking about. We'll have to take them out. We do actually border them, don't we? Yeah, so we start here. We do border them, so we'll be wanting to eliminate them swiftly. So now that we know where we want to be, we probably want to build a logging camp on this side, I think. So let's get that underway now. And I've already forgot the buttons. You click and turn, don't you? There you go. You're going to have to bear with me. It's going to be a while. Right, let's chuck that down there, that'll do. Let's start playing the game as well. We'll speed up a little bit, as it's going to take a while. So we want the logging camp, obviously, that'll give us more logs, so we can build. We do start with a small amount of supplies as well. We think we've got about 4 months of supplies, which is just food, basically. So we've got 20 bread, firewood, stone, 10 tools, and 6 timber. Right, so now we've got the logging camp, we want to assign a family to it. Like say we've got 5 families, you assign each family to a role, basically. So we'll chuck 1 family in there. And it's quite cool as well, it's quite detailed, you can see who's going to do what. And now it tells you as well, obviously we've got exposed goods for storage and the pantry. So if we build a storage and a pantry, obviously they'll move these supplies, I believe, or I hope, into those. Well, how many do they cost? So the storehouse costs 2 logs, and the granary costs 2 logs and 10 stone. What else? It does give you little details as well. So they'll also set up stores on the marketplace to distribute the stored goods to the burgage plots. Okay, good to know. So we want to keep these somewhat close to the marketplace probably. And obviously where they're going to store things. That would be the best bet. But the question is, where do we put them? Because obviously we've got the meat and the berries are over here. So is it worth putting the granary on this side of the road maybe? I don't really want to be linked up to the road directly. I'd like to build away from it and then move to the road, I think. Which is going to be a bit of annoyance actually. Because it's quite tucked in on the forest side there. I tell you what else can we do? Where's the marketplace? Obviously nothing's actually going to get built or be built. Where is the marketplace? What you can do is... Oh, Jesus Christ. When you actually find it, there we go. So the marketplace. This provides space for the assigned families to set up their stores and distribute their produce to the burgage plots. Healthy supply and demand ratio of goods is needed to fulfill residential requirements and keep approval high. So that's good. So what we want to do is probably build a marketplace, obviously centrally, to store places, storehouses and the burgage plots. These are in the way, unfortunately, which is a bit annoying. But if we just make a small one, I suppose. We don't want anything too massive, I think. And then it tells you how many stalls you can fit in there, see. So we could get 25 stalls there. I think that's a good amount to start with. So we'll chuck that in there. That shouldn't cost anything. And then we can build stuff sort of relative to that. Well, that's the idea anyway. But we want to put the burgage plots around here if possible. I'm probably making too much of a meal out of this, aren't I? Right, let's point the storage this way, as most of the stuff I think is going to be here, isn't it? So let's do something like that, and then we'll put the granary next to it as well. I can't see. Something like that. There we go. We did get 2 trees for that, but never mind. Right, let's speed everyone up. So we've got the logging camp. We'll get these 2 storehouses built. Then do we probably want to move on to houses after that? No, we need to get food up, don't we? That's what I should have built first. You fool. Right, gathering. We need a hunting camp, don't we? Oh, we've got a new message. I've heard of your renown. I only seek to defend my rights and my honour against those who would wrong me. I hope you will not judge me by the rumours and slanders that some may spread about me. Signed and sealed by Hildebolt von Bedenroot. Interesting. Let's write back. You have no rightful claim to Selbitz and Hofstetten. Sure, why not? So this is the Baron that we've got to defeat. He starts with these two counties down here, and then the rest are unclaimed. But from what I've seen in recent reports, it does seem like the AI is quite aggressive in terms of the expansion, so he may snap these up quite quickly. So we will have to move into new land as quickly as we can. Right, but hunting camp. We don't want to put it in this red zone, because if you do, as it says, when you overlap an animal habitat, it'll cause them to move off. And this is a rich deposit, so we don't want to lose it. So I think what we could do is we are next to the road, so I think we'll just chuck it in here. Somewhere like that. I think that'll do. And then we do need to build roads, don't we? So we'll just hook them on. And what about this? I could probably do with a road onto this road to the marketplace. And then what we could try and do... Oh god, that looks awful, doesn't it? Let's back that up. Let's not worry about that just yet. Let's get these up. So they'll have a road. How else do we want to do this? Okay, let's just do that for now. Let's link them up. We could probably link these up as well, couldn't we? I think we'd like a bend in it. Something like that. I'll do. Right, let's carry on. Yeah, I think also we need to make this a priority, don't we? God, I can't even see it now. There it is. Let's make that the highest priority, so we don't run out of logs. We do have a family cutting them down, so that's not a problem. One thing I also learned as well is that you can assign sort of the work area. So if you can leave it as is by default, they just chop anything down. But if you go into advanced and then limit work area, then you can obviously choose a location. And I think, oh, that don't do that. You press Control and then scroll. You can adjust the work area as well. So if we just get them to do this section, say, and then eventually there's another building. I think it's the Gatherers. Is it the Gatherers' place? And basically their job is to replant trees, essentially. God, I can't find anything in this place. Somewhere we'll find it. I actually can't even see it. I haven't just made that up. It's definitely a thing. I'm sure it's called the Gatherer's Hut or something. And I've probably just gone past it several times. That's firewood. Yeah, we'll come back to that. And basically, yeah, they just replant the trees, so you can get them to do the same area, so you're never going to sort of be depleted, as it were. Right, good news. Granary and storehouse have been built. So we'll quickly just assign someone to the storehouse. Do we need to assign anyone to the storehouse? Granary we don't, because we don't have any food just yet. We do need to assign people to the hunting camp though. There's also a hunting limit. So when the population of a herd drops to this number, workers will stop hunting. So we've obviously got a rich deposit. So I assume there's, you could say 40 animals out of 40 animals. And my understanding is when this reaches 10 out of 40, they'll stop hunting. So you never fully deplete the animal population, as it were. That's my understanding anyway. If that's wrong, if I haven't understood that, then please let me know. But I think we can leave that as is for now. If there's 40 there, they'll hunt until there's 10 left. And then we can leave them to repopulate. So that should be okay. I think we've got everything we need right now. Have we? We've got a logging camp, we've got the granary and storehouse. I think We could try and build some houses now. One thing I do want to do actually is move this hitching post. If we just stick it over here for now, out of the way. They should also move these supplies, I think. Oh, is it? Do I need someone assigned to the granary to get them to move it? Is that what needs to happen? Let's find out. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Yeah, this chap's picking them up and bringing them over, so that's good. So once they've cleared them out the way, they've also moved the supplies over as well, I think. And then we can start building some houses around the marketplace. What we do want to do though actually is get the road built, isn't it? That's what we want to get done first. We just want to make it... This game is not meant to be griddy at all, and yet I'm making it grid-like. I think it's old habits die hard, unfortunately. Oh, I didn't need to build the road actually, so... I can't actually build them because I've built the road, right, okay. So, can we delete the road? How do we delete? Road curvature. I didn't even know we could adjust the road curvature. I want to remove a road. There we go. That took longer than it should have. Right. Burgage plots. Road access obstructed. Why is it obstructed? Okay, I'm definitely doing something wrong here. I thought we needed a road first. Oh, that wasn't as good as my first one, was it? Apologies, this could be painful for some people to watch. It's, right, let's build the road. God, that is horrendous. We'll sort that out later. Ah, there we go, right. It's just me being stupid. So if we pull it back to say there. Something like that. We get 3 houses in there. Let's try that. And then we could do some more across here. We get another 3 there. Let's do that. And then that when the 5 families that you start with. Sorry, I'll just get rid of the person in the granary for now. We don't need them. And the same person in the storage as well. They can help with construction then. When you get the 5 families that you start with in an actual house, a burgage plot, then the tents disappear automatically, which is quite cool. So we don't have to worry about them once these have been built. And then obviously now that we have an extra house being built as well, and once our approval gets above 50%, I believe, then we will start to get more families moving in to our town. So we've just got someone in the logging camp and the hunting camp for now. They seem to be doing quite well though. We've got a decent supply of meat and hides as well, which is good. And it looks like someone's already set up a food stall and a firewood stall. I don't understand how someone set up a firewood stall though. We don't even have a woodcutter's lodge. We will need to build this though soon. Especially before we get to winter. I mean, we're quite a ways off yet, but in winter, as you can see there, if you hover over the date in the bottom right corner, it does tell you sort of the seasons, which is quite cool. And obviously a little detail about them. But if you notice in winter in particular, the consumption rate for firewood is doubled. So that's something that we need to be wary of. Right, they're slowly going up, that's fine. Woodcut's hut. Where do we want this? sort of conscious that I've just built a one-way in and out system there, but it'll be fine. Army tab, we're way off the army tab right now. And again, we could get 3 more. So I think there is a difference, as we'll see. Actually, I could see it here. So this burgage plot doesn't have like any additional space in the, you know, for lack of a better term, the garden, if you will. It doesn't have any additional area outside. But when we build some that do, you can sort of set them to do additional work, like grow crops, breed chickens. Later on you can get fletchers, smiths, that sort of thing to make armour, stuff like that. So I think that's what that was when we saw it pop up there. So if I do it again. So this little section at the end, obviously the big picture of the house that's been sort of lined out, that's where the house will go, and then at the end is sort of where their trade could go. But I don't think you need a huge garden or area unless you're growing crops like vegetables or apples or anything like that. I think you can get orchards and stuff like that. Right, what are you doing here? Why are we building like half building and then moving on to another one? There's also a nice little trick that I wasn't aware of until just before recording this, is that you hold tab, it tells you basically a bunch of information just at the click of a button, which is very helpful. So as you can see, like, it tells you the percentage rate of the buildings, the needs of the building. So like this building here needs water, I think, which actually reminds me we need to put a well down. Food, firewood, clothing and religion, so it's quite a lot of needs for the resident there. Tells you how many people are working in that certain place as well. That's very handy. But while it is fresh in my mind, we do need to build a well. And I quite like this corner bit here actually, off the road. So let's build that well. And we'll set that to a very high priority. And what I'm going to do is just 3 times speed it here, just to get these houses built. Get rid of the homelessness. And sort of debuff that we're getting. And while that is happening, I'm going to look for... Where's that building? Because I think I'm just driving myself insane now. Right there, cruising now with these burgage plots. Let's just knock it down a bit. Right, it's not cosmetic. It's not that. It's not in the industry either. There we go. God, that was difficult, wasn't it? So it's not the gatherer's hut at all. It's the forester's hut. I don't understand how many times I must have gone over that. Just completely bypassed it. But yes, so workers plant new trees in the specified zones. So we could build one just next to this, and then obviously make it the same area. So then obviously we're planting some and chopping down in the same area pretty much. And as long as we never run out, it'll never really be an issue. So what we're going to do is we can chuck that there actually, just next to it. That works for me. And what else can we do? Let's peel off down here, I think. Let's try and loop back round to the main bit of the town. And we're going to build a... not a saw pit, a woodcutter's lodge, that's what we need. So again, we sort of want these places near each other. Probably the logging camp would be the best place for it, I think. So let's stick that there. And we have a new message as well. So now that we've built the 5 homes, you sort of get a free bonus, a shipment of weapons and shields, I think. So strong militia is paramount to the survival of any settlement. Luckily, a shipment of weapons has just arrived, and you will now be able to create your first militia banners to serve you and protect your people. However, we will need more weapons to to equip all the people as the settlement grows, either by making them or importing them from other lands. Let's form the militia. Very nice. So if we go to our storehouse, as you can see here, we now have 20 spears and 20 large shields. So if we go to the army tab and create new units, how do we do this? It's not a tab, is it? There. So as you can see, obviously the spear militia unit sort of gives it away on the unit icon card. We need, or we can have a maximum of 36 people in the unit. We've only got 10 right now, 10 men I think. And then obviously we've got 20 spears and 20 large shields. So we could summon them now, but obviously there's only 10 of them, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't do much. So we're just going to remove them for now. Let's let them build the forest hut and the woodcutter's lodge. And then we're going to build some more homes, I think. At some point. Is anyone actually building it? Oh, there they are. So impatient. Let's do 2 times. And let's queue up these homes as well. And then what we're going to do, like I said before, we're going to stick a little bit on the end, and then hopefully that should give a better explanation of what I was on about. I think there is a way to sort of expand the roads as well. Is that? No. I don't want to make it too big, but I'll just leave it. We'll just leave it for now. No storage space left for production. Say again? What does that mean? Ah, right, okay, so this is where I assume... Do we need a family in the granary? Because then they will go to the hunting camp, pick up... Oh no, it's generic storage, right, okay. So we need someone in the generic storage. Which is actually filling up rather quickly as well. Granary not so much, so we don't need to worry about that. But yeah, it's quite helpful actually. So I would assume that the generic storage means obviously the storehouse. So then I would expect the family assigned to the storehouse to come over to the hunting camp, pick up these goods, and then transport them back to the storehouse. Right, Woodcutter's Lodge has been built. How many firewood do we have? We've got a little bit, not quite a lot. Not enough. Right, before I forget as well, we want to set the forester's hut to the similar location that we had before. So if we... Well, actually, we don't want to do it like on there, do we? We do it like here. Something like that. And then we'll change the logging camp as well to do something like that. But as you can see now, we've only got one family unassigned, and the unassigned families are the ones that build everything. So obviously we've got one assigned to the logging camp, the hunting camp, the granary and the storehouse now. We probably don't need the one at the storehouse, do we? No, because there's plenty of room there. So we'll get rid of them for now. Storehouse. They have got rid of most of the stuff in the storage for the hunting camp there, so we're going to take them off as well, so we can get these burgage plots built. So there is quite a bit of micromanagement involved as well, I suppose. Obviously you can leave it, and you know, the one family will just build it as soon as they can. But obviously now we've got 3 families building those, so it's going to be much quicker. I'd hope, anyway. And this is what I was on about before. So you can see with these burgage plots... Oh, the little buggers, we just had some resources stolen by bandits. These burgage plots don't have anything extra up here, so we can't do any additional work. Whereas this one has a backyard extension, they call it. And then if you drop it you expand the drop down, you can see, so you can build like a vegetable garden, chicken coop, goat shed, and obviously as we develop the town we can build more things, like a brewer, blacksmith, cobbler, fletcher, etc. And then that sort of tailors that family to this specific skill if you need, or trade. So it'd be useful to have a couple of those. And I think these initially were just so we could get some homes in. I'm not too bothered about the size. We probably could have expanded these ones a bit more, but it's fine. We can just keep going. We could probably sneak in two more homes there. Oh, that's a bit weird. Yeah, I don't like that. I think we might just do... Can we get one in there? We can get one in. So if we did something like this... Well, that's a very small trade at the back, isn't it? But we could fit in an extra home there. So let's do that. And then we'll do one on this side as well. If we can fit it in. Oh, we just about can, I think. Can we get it in? There we go. It looks a bit oblong, but... Can we not go from there? Would that not be easier? Yeah, there we go. That's better. I don't know what this little plus house sign is. Is that just an additional family can live there? Is that what that means? Like I say, I am still learning the game, so please let me know. Give me any tips, tricks you might have. Let's build that one as well. Right, approval's gone up to 50% now, so we should see some additional families move in, I hope. Firewood, still at 30%, so we're okay there. How's the hunting camp doing? Hunting camp's going back up to 8. It does go up quite quick. And obviously to extend the backyard as well, it does actually cost wealth. So this is a little thing I had to learn actually. So you've got like the regional wealth, which is basically what I believe is your town's wealth. And then over near your icon, you've got your own treasury, which is what you use to pay for mercenaries and things like that. So as you can see here, if we wanted to get a vegetable garden for this house, it would cost 15 regional wealth. Right, it's another house built. So how are we doing? So as you can see, it looks like they're all really wanting firewood, clothes, and a church. So let's get the woodcutters. No, I've already built a woodcutters lodge, haven't I? So let's chuck a family in there. I'm not quite sure what that means. I assume the woodcutters lodge just took the logs from the logging camp or the storehouse. But judging by this, it means you can set them in an area to actually chop down trees. So, wrong one. So again, I'm a little lost on that one. I guess we'll find out and see. Oh no, this guy's just chopping trees down. So maybe they don't rely on the logs. Yeah, they're just going for any old, the closest trees they can get. So let's put you guys in the same area, I think. For now, we want to we don't want to trim down the whole forest. Although I do like this bit here. It's being used for something else. And one thing actually I didn't do was look at the fertility. I've just realised about that. So luckily, obviously, the brighter the green, or the darker the green should I say, the more fertile the land is. So luckily I haven't built on top of any fertile land. As you can see here, we're pretty much in negative fertility for everything, which is good. It means I haven't wasted any building, any fertility land. Any farming land, should I say. So we've got a little bit of rye, or what we could put in the north could be like a rye farm. And then obviously to the west as well, which is quite good. barley doesn't look very fertile in this area at all. Same goes for flax. There's a little bit in the south, but not much. And emmer is quite popular in the west, I hear. So yeah, that's something else we need to bear in mind. I haven't got that far into building farms yet, but my understanding is that they're quite good. Obviously, they take a long time to grow, but when they do, the harvest you get is quite good. So I think we are going to end it there for now. I've just noticed as well, we have a development point to spend, I think. Yes, we do. So we'll look at that next time. I'm going to end it here for now. I think we've got a decent setup. We've got a little marketplace. We've got some houses around it. We've got all of our essentials up. So I think we're doing okay. But yeah, I'll end it here. So let me know if you guys enjoyed, if you want to see more. I'm hoping to do a full playthrough. And as always, I shall catch you in the next one.